respect to your work around human rights and that transition, as you call it, that's something we want to continue to pursue here in Australia, something you have our support on. So please, let's keep working on that. With respect to, one of the things that I have raised in Parliament before is around this question of forced labour, and that's something that's of grave concern to me, and I think would be a lot of concern to people in Australia. What I'm particularly interested in is knowing about Australian companies' involvement, and in mining in particular. And I think in terms of working out which is the best pathway to go down, how we would pressure for some change, it probably depends a bit working out, first of all, like, let's work out how good our information is about what is actually happening and whether there's any involvement of Australian companies in any way. Are you in a position to tell me about any of that now?
Yeah, definitely. There is involvement in terms of specifics. I know there is, because our people over there also. We have a branch in Perth.
Yes.
So they're trying to pursuing this, because I don't think they attend one of the company meetings and they raise these issues that you just.
Yes.
What you're earning.
At the company general meeting.
They attended there. And also we try to prepare now. One thing like you, maybe this is something urgent, maybe. There's a meeting, companies have got a meeting here in October. Some of the, mining.
Is that the IMARC conference?
Yes.
Yes.
So I don't know what we can, that's something that we'd like to see, what we can do, because some of those companies are attending there. So what we can do, how it could help us in a way that we're trying to do some sort of maybe demonstration or something like that, but we'd like it to be, I think maybe how could be effective, how can you run an effective thing that we can, we can have an impact on what.
What are they mining? The Australian
Gold.
Gold? Yeah, okay. It's all gold.
And also potassium as well. There's a company now also in Kali, actually. Potassium also there as well.
Okay, so gold and potash. Yeah.
But I can communicate to you and the details about that.
The other thing that, one of the things that's happened maybe in the last year or so is that the government has, I think they've passed laws. I can't remember whether it got caught up in the election, so I'll follow this up. But the government did pass some laws that we think are a bit toothless and don't have penalties attached to companies and the like, but they did pass some laws around forced labour and around slavery, around Australian companies' operations. So once we've got the information from you in the detail, we can have a look at that. We can work out whether the best thing to do is to make a complaint to the new body, the new commissioner that's been set up, or whether thanks for everything you said and for staying in contact. And it's something that generally the general political situation there is something that we follow, talk to Tara about, but that we also try and pay attention to, especially with changes in Ethiopia, something that a lot of us have been sort of looking at for some time. And with respect to your work around human rights and that transition, as you call it, that's something we want to continue to pursue here in Australia, something that you have our support on. So please, let's keep working on that. With respect to, one of the things that I have raised in Parliament before is around this question of forced labour, and that's something that's of grave concern to me, and I think would be a lot of concern to people in Australia as well if they knew about it. One of the things that I'm particularly interested in, that I think I'm particularly interested in, is knowing about Australian companies' involvement and in mining in particular. And I think in terms of working out which is the best pathway to go down, how we would pressure for some change, it probably depends a bit working out, first of all, like, let's work out how good our information is about what is actually happening and whether there's any involvement of Australian companies from memory. But let me go back and have a look at that and follow up what the government said last time. Yeah. So some of the companies are based in Perth.
Yeah, they're based in Perth.
How big is the Eritrean community in Perth?
It's not that bad. It's not as big as Melbourne, but still they can make some noise. Yeah.
And are there people who live in Perth, who are based in Perth, who are turning up at these meetings?
Yeah, they were there in that meeting. They just present some sort of, what's happening back there on this.
Yeah, okay. And do you know how many companies?
Because I think in one policy was Australian, so really take up that issue. So they gave him some of the questions so they can ask. In the
Yes.
AGM, he was more than happy to raise those issues.
Yes.
So
Was it a shareholder? Australian person?
yeah, he's a shareholder.
Okay.
So just he was more than happy to go there and just raise those questions, that sort of thing.
How many companies are involved? Do you know Australian companies?
Maybe 2 or something from memory, but I can get back.
Yeah.
I can get you some of the details.
Yeah.
One of them has a website, I think, and they clearly say that they operate in Eritrea.
Yeah.
It's called Kaluli or
Yeah,
something.
because sometimes you remember there was some stage. I remember one of the Eritreans was also being held by some. She was held by some of the Somalians and that way, something like that. And the people really involved in the mining, and people here coming, just rallying to free him, sort of thing. I have ID, but I will get back on that.
Oh,
Yeah.
when was that?
That's back, maybe some 8 years back, something like that.
Okay.
There's an issue like
She, a female,
Male,
Eritrean man was held by.
Yeah. Australian had been caught, because maybe he's a British Australian, being involved with the companies. He was working with the company,
He was
my
held
company.
by-
I think he's a British who was working for Australian companies. And that was what they when they raised the issue in Britain. But that's why we're trying to take that as well. That starts state saying that okay, he's the proof that there's Australia, there's a company there, Australian company, but he's a British, I think.
Yeah.
It's on their website. They say it. They don't even need to go that far.
Yeah.
One company has it on their website that they have a mine in Eritrea and they're mining for potash and all these.
Yeah. Okay.
That's,
Okay. Good. All right. That's great. Well, I'll wait to hear from you about some of that
Yeah,
information.
definitely. I'm going to follow that part of this information first.
And do you think you have any eyewitness stories or individual?
I think he's a geologist who came. I remember he was a geologist who came who is here, but I'm not sure. I'll get in touch with him and see. You can have
Yes.
someone who's doing Australian citizen, but working on those companies. He can say something about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's happy. I will get in touch
Yes.
with him and see.
And look, if there's people who, it depends what people.
Anyway, we're not doing anything. We're not having any impact on. So that we'd like to get some advice. What do we need to do so we can have we can close this camp, this office there.
Yes.
At least minimum move it from that shop. If not closing could be something hard. At least unstable be just to relocate that.
Yeah. I'll go back and have a look at what happened when we raised this with the government before. I don't know whether the government's going to have had any change of position on that. Is to get specific and to talk specifically about Australian companies that are doing particular things, and the more information that we can have on that front, the better. And so, do they answer what happened at these AGMs? Did they answer any questions and so on?
I don't think they answer the question, but they were there to present them,
Because if we can sit down and work through the detail, I think, I could get up and give a speech in Parliament, and I'd be very happy to get up and give a speech in Parliament about practices around national service and so on, and some of the broader criticisms. Very happy to do that. But I think we will get more progress if we have specifics about Australia.
In October.
In October. There's going to be a lot of demonstrations against that one, and there are. If you walk around here, you'll probably walk about 20 metres and you'll see posters for people organising demonstrations against IMAR when it happens.
That this happened because the UK did the same similar decision in the UK, and I think also the Australians replicated that one too.
Right.
Where they restricted the movement of the councillor, the government president in Melbourne.
Right. Okay. I didn't know about that.
There was restriction that about 100k out of Melbourne. You can do a decision like that from the parliament. So it's because the further they know what type of government it is, then you have to take actions in terms. So we can't see actions in that regard, and I can see even government representatives coming here to Australia and having this they call community function, but usually it's political function they're doing every year. Every year there was a function that they run here, also get the money and also, getting some artists from musicians from back home, from Eritrea, and they raise funds here and take that sort of thing. So we started a couple of times to work on this one. We can't go anywhere. We do it anyway.
Spoken about this before.
Yeah.
It was been space also done some documentary on that and all this. But we can't go that far. So I don't really think possibility of getting clear on that. Or?
Potentially.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have to go back and have what would you like the outcome to be?
I think, for example, in Canada, they closed the embassy there.
Yeah, right.
So if we can do that, especially in this consulate, inside the commercial venue, they should be. We try to raise that issue.
We raised it with Julie Fisher, didn't we, when he was foreign minister?
Yeah,
Because we told them that even our people, because this is a place of regime, this is a commercial area. How can we have a councillor representing the dictator in a commercial way? Eritreans are shopping there, and we are customers for that. That was our point. But and then we tried to make a couple of times maybe flash demonstration like that because we can't go there. We can't do any rally or demonstration because it's commercial.
Yes.
They told us it's not allowed to do that. But we try to do it just doing some flash, thing, rallies, demonstration, just taking, like gathering in one area, that sort of thing. We try to do that, but we didn't go anyway because that's our people are thinking that it's just as if they reach the state where they don't know. It's really hopeless. Why are we trying? We're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything. We're not having any impact on. So that we'd like to get some advice. What do we need to do so we can have we can close this count this office there.
Yes.
At least minimum move it from that shop. If not closing could be something hard. At least understand will be just to relocate that.
Yeah. I'll go back and have a look at what happened when we raised this with the government before. I don't know whether the government's going to have had any change of position on that. I'll follow up to see. Because I think last time government said that they weren't going to take any steps from memory. But let me go back and have a look at that and follow up what.
That's Australia.
In Australia,
Yeah.
We say I know.
Because the thing is maybe our branch.
Yeah.
Because our branch maybe we have some in Perth, we have branches also in also initial one in Canberra as well. So we'll call and just get them. But about maybe 500.
About 500 people. Okay. So you're wanting to turn, just so I understand it, like it's really about trying to turn those 500 people, getting them mobilised, getting them doing something, turning them into, maybe even turning them into activists.